What is up, peeps? Hope we're all doing well. Welcome back to a very special video on this channel. Hopefully something we can do more in the future. We got the exclusive first look at a free-to-play kart racing game coming out. Well, it should be out. That's going to be called Oh Baby Kart. We got to speak to the devs behind the scenes, of course, with this game, and it's going to be a free-to-play kart racing game, maybe set to compete with some of your other favorites out there. And so here is a first look. And this whole thing, just so you guys know, is in partnership with Oh Baby Games. That's the studio behind this game, and hopefully others in the future. Sitting down with one of their lead team members, it's actually Paz, who is a former surgeon. Yes, he left his old job as a surgeon working on people to instead work on video games.
Oh man, I used to be gaming all the time. Gaming was my passion, like growing up. Like I used to play on the SNES. My parents kind of pushed me into the medical side of the world. I went and did that, and then I said, you know what? I can't do like this forever. It's also repetitive, if you guys make sense. And I think like the biggest thing of all is you can't be creative in surgery. Like imagine if Jake goes to Hunter. Hunter's a surgeon, and he's like, I feel I should be creative today, right? Like, you'd be like, oh, no, you're not feeling creative today. You're going to do what works for like 20 years. Do not touch your creativity side at all, you know? And so I built some games just like as a hobby during the time of surgery. And then effectively one game like actually went viral. That made the company kind of the money that I needed to just go, you know what? I'm out of surgery. And then, yeah, just went into gaming from there.
Yeah, I'd be pretty terrified if I went to Hunter first of all, but a surgeon in general. And he goes, we're going to try something new today, you know?
Yeah.
And like I said before, it's going to be a completely free-to-play game. They also have some pretty cool battle pass and skin features coming in the future that will kind of differ from your typical, buy your battle pass every single season. It will still be a free-to-play base game, but we'll maybe sprinkle that in the future. Talking about competitors, though, we spoke to him about Fortnite and Rocket Racing, of course, Mario Kart being nearly direct competitors to this. And yeah, they say they came in with eyes wide open, realizing that kart racing is kind of taking off again, but they want to be the behemoth in this space. A tall task for sure, but I will say it was a fun freaking game to play.
Oh Baby Games came in like 2-3 years ago. The origin for me was like, I felt games kind of were getting a little bit stale, but I think the current gaming trend is like it's kind of got to a plateau, like in terms of like where you innovate the genre itself. And so that's why we kind of leaned into that. And I said, well, how can I make this better? And how can I actually improve it? And more importantly, like how can I play it with other people? Like Mario Kart, you can only play on a Switch. You can't play it anywhere else. Like you have to have one. And not all my friends can afford a Switch, to be honest. And I said, well, we want one like on every screen possible. Yeah, into kart, like I feel like you can just pick it up. You can get someone else to pick it up as well. You know, when a friend comes over, you just both pick it up and play together. That's kind of where the vision went.
As far as platforms go, is this also, sorry if this is ignorance on our side, PC only, or are there multiple platforms planned?
We got PC. We actually got Mac native, like not even Mac emulated, but Mac native, because I think Apple is pushing in towards the gaming side of things, and also mobile. We're also going for consoles as well. Well, every screen is the goal here, and I think that's how it should be. I just imagine those moments when you're like in a party and you're kind of like catching up with each other, and then it's like, hey, let's play, and then one person just could pull out their phone, they just connect, and then you're all there, if that makes sense.
And along with that, they want to have 30 different maps. While me and Hunter sat down to play this game, we did not play the same map twice. He beat me in every single one, but 30 maps, multiple different modes, and it seems the lobbies right now are going to be set for about 12 players. At one point, they experimented with lobbies of 200 players, but you can imagine the kind of issues that would be. But a real focus on the future of game modes they want to have to really keep people coming back longevity-wise was super interesting to hear his perspective on.
You have the traditional Grand Prix, which is just 4 races in a row. But for Race Royale was something that I wanted to innovate more for mobile, but also because we're kind of all more fast-paced gamers, if that makes sense. Like I noticed that's a trend these days. Race Royale is like an elimination process. It's kind of like if Battle Royale can combine with a kart racing game. That way, it's actually very fast paced. If you really think about it, it actually suits mobile a lot because mobile players just want to play, and then once you're eliminated, moving on to the next game. Team duo is just like duos is kind of similar-ish to how League of Legends kind of decided the duo system, except you're not paired with 5, you're just paired with you and the other person. That's it, and that's who that matters. And finally, it's like the adventure mode. Like when I used to play kart racing games, they used like Diddy Kong Racing is a bit old school, but I miss those a lot. So we made this giant world map where you could race against like 100 different challenges and and actually like challenge yourself, and so I wanted an adventure mode, and we made a full map, and and there we go.
A really interesting piece he also talked about was IP of actually including creators. He mentioned someone like Ludwig having his own bidet creator. That would be a dream of his, but he also wants to entangle esports gaming streaming figures and their IP in the game to have their own set of characters. That would be like an ultimate goal of the end game, which would be really cool to see. We've seen some others do that and kind of experiment with it and trickle in a little bit, but to have someone do that in full would also be super cool.
I don't want to say this in an insulting way, but I feel like creators are IPs of the future. They have their followers, they have their fans, and what makes them any different? Does that make sense? Like, I think people would love skins like that, and 100% I would. Yeah, I don't want to go with the lore of the person, because I watch a lot of streamers, so I kind of know their stories and how I would incorporate their character into the game.
Very cool. Is there any off the dome? Like you feel like you watch him a lot, and you feel like you could design a character off of pretty easily?
Oh, okay, just a broad example. Like, let's just say you have Ludwig. Like, I know his bidet story.
Yes!
Like straight up, I would put the bidet as a card, like in the game. Like you have a bidet card, you have Ludwig's character. That's enough, man. Makes for a great laugh, I think, and I think that's the enjoyment of it. So 100%. Like, if I could work with the creators like that, I 100% would. I think it's just it'll be fun.
I knew he was going to say Ludwig, and I'm glad you did. That was a good answer. It'd be nice to have a game that has that kind of lore behind characters where it can be mutually beneficial, where even players who don't know who Ludwig is, it's like, why is his thing a bidet? Like, what? Let's go check out the lore behind this. And
Exactly.
You have like a nice little info box with a little, yeah.
I would personally love it myself, as a gamer and a player and a fan. All three. I love it. So yeah, 100%.
But at the end of the day, we hope you guys give it a try. We will be playing this game, presumably for the future, hopefully covering this studio in the future as well. It's certainly been a long goal to promote games on here. We've been showing off quite a few games on this channel. So again, a huge shout out to Oh Baby Kart for being in partnership for this video. We hope you guys enjoyed this and us getting to sit down to actually talk to the devs and the team behind this game for a good 30 minutes was super fun conversation-wise, and I'm super excited to see where they go with this in the future. Can they compete? Is Kart Racing coming back? By the way, it is controller and mouse and keyboard. They prefer controller, but I'm a mouse and keyboard guy, and I tried to hang in there, but I'm going to need some practice. I hope you guys all enjoy these kind of videos, and we would love to show off more games in the future. So certainly a very fun one. Go check out Oh Baby Kart, and we'll hopefully see you guys back here for some more news in the near future. Till then, take care. Okay, bye-bye.